Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and welcome back to Music Journal Monday, I'm pretty sure, for the last time, because we're nearly there, we're nearly at the end. I haven't got many pockets left to fill. I might go back through and see if there's any other little bits that I can add, but we're pretty much going to finish today, I think, apart from a flip through that I might do in a week or two. But yeah, let's start. So I have, oh, I can't speak today. I have added this lovely satin ribbon as my closure. I thought it would go quite nicely. This is the piece of ribbon I got with my order from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I didn't order it, came with it, and it's a really long piece. I've got loads left. And I thought it would make a lovely closure for this journal, so that's what I'm going to use. I haven't attached it because I thought the easiest thing to do is just to remove it when we need to work in it. So go straight to where we finished last time, I think. So we were doing, I think we've done this pocket, I think. Right, so we did these tags, didn't we, last time, and I have now sewn around them. I haven't added anything else, they don't need it. They're backed and sewn around, and I also sewed around this little piece just to finish it off. So that's that corner pocket, and then I've done the same, of course, if I can find it, in the other corner pocket, but I want to add something to it when we get there. What else did we do last time? Side tuck, now sewn around. I think I must have, yeah, I think I did add the lace last time on camera. Sometimes I do a few little tweaks afterwards and I can't all remember what I've done on camera and what I've done off camera. One thing I did do off camera, I added, if you remember, I found, sorry, this little narrow piece, and I thought that would go nicely in here, but I decided afterwards it was a bit too narrow, but it would actually pop in here. It's got a nice bit of writing space on the back. I can't remember, I think I added that. Haven't sewn around it, it's only a narrow piece. But I've put that in there as an extra journaling spot, and it just fills the space. And I've sewn around this journal card and backed that. Again, I can't remember how much of that, whether I backed these on camera, I don't think I did. So they're in there, and I like how they look in there. So that means we have to start by filling this pocket, and I have already had an idea what I want to do. So I pulled out a few more of these narrow pieces of cardstock from the Stamperia paper pad. So I had this one, I've made it into a tag shape. It's got a nice amount of writing space on the back, so I don't really need to do anything to it. It does have these little cherubs at the top, and I'm not overly keen on the cherubs, but they're a bit faded out. They're not too in your face, so I thought I could live with those. But I do want to do something down here. I don't really need quite so many cherubs. So let's just put this book aside for a moment and have a look at this, because I think I would like to add a little pocket and a little extra something on here. So what I've pulled out is another piece of, just a scrap of the Stamperia, and I thought I could just pop that. If I put it there, it'll cover up these little monkeys down here. I might just do a very narrow clip, and then, which are probably just where I don't want it. I might just cut this piece off because I only need this piece. I don't need the bit off the end. So I'm just going to, shouldn't be too hard to get that straight, as it's got a line between the two, and I'm just going to do a little, maybe I should use my small one for this, it's such a tiny pocket. Just clip it a little, just to show that it is a pocket. Oop, pong. I quite like it when they do that, it's a bit very foolish, I know, very childish. Pinging my bits of paper across the room. Right, nearly went for the vintage photo there, remembered. Walnut stain for this journal. So if I go round it, it'll stand out a bit more. Put that there. Right. So, if I put that there, then I can make sure it's high enough so they don't show. I don't mind this little bit showing below, but what I thought I might do anyway is put a little bit of lace across the bottom there. So I think this piece will work quite nicely just to fill that in. I don't want anything too thick because it's got to go into that pocket, but I just thought it would be nice to have that just across there to finish that off. So that's the plan. I'm just going to glue that into place. Where's my glue? Out of reach, because I had little hands in here yesterday. It's just come to the end of the school holidays, so we had Alyssa for the day yesterday, and she spent a very happy little while in here with my little box of scrap laces, my little brown box of scrappy bits of lace, and she laid them all out and made them look really pretty. And I thought she was going to glue them all down, which was fine. I said she could use them, but she got distracted and just left them where they were, so I've just put them all away. But she enjoyed herself, and that's the main thing. Right, so I have my little pocket there. And then I just put my little bit of lace across here. I'll trim it off a little bit afterwards. I don't want it to stick out at the bottom or at the sides. It looks okay like that, but I just thought it needed a little cheering up, this piece. It's a little plain. There. Let's trim that up. Okie doke. And I also have picked out something that I would like to put in the pocket. Let's hope it goes in there now. Now that I've glued it. Just pop this away first, just quickly. Now, where did I put the pin? There it is. Okay, so I have this little piece. Again, it was one of the cutouts from the Staperia paper pad, but I just thought it brought a nice bit of colour in. I just think that's really pretty, and there's more writing space on the back of it, so I just thought that would just cheer up this whole little piece by popping that in there. So now we need to just put it in the journal, and let's hope it fits. I'm still wondering, I don't know whether I want to put anything on the top there. Not sure it needs it really, but I thought this filled up the pocket a bit better than the other piece. Let's pop that in. There we go. So that's there. That's a little pocket filled. And let's move on. So we need to just add something to this pocket. So we've already got our nice big tag, the sister or brother to the other one. So I've got a fairly large journal card here, which I thought would go in quite nicely. I haven't sewn around this one. I might do off afterwards. I got a bit. I did some, and I wasn't sure how much. Well, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use. I didn't want to do things when I didn't need to. But I think that is quite nice in there. Although this is not showing so much now, is it? Maybe that's a little big. Maybe it's a little big. Let's see if I've got anything else that's perhaps a bit slightly smaller. That's the trouble. I've got things that are a lot smaller. I haven't got many things that are slightly smaller. I wonder about that. That's a slightly strangely shaped piece. Or I have this. Both of these pieces I think would need backing if I decide to use them. Let's see how they look. So that's quite nice in there actually, I think. Quite like that. I'm not sure about this piece. Doesn't really do it for me. It's not kind of in keeping. But this piece I do rather like. So I think maybe, because then you can see more of this, I think I will use this, but I'm going to have to back it. So just need to find something to back it with. What have I got in my drawer? So I've got some coffee dyed paper. That's probably the simplest thing to use because it goes really well with this piece. So which side do I prefer? I like to write on the paler side, so I'm going to stick it to this side. Glue, glue, glue. Oh, sorry. Put my glues well out of reach of her ladyship, and that's where they stayed. So they're out of my reach as well now. Okay. Let's just glue this. Oh, I've got a phone call. I'll be right. Right, so I'm sorry about that. I just had a call from my daughter, so I just turned off the camera for a moment while we just had a little chat because she's going off on Monday on her honeymoon. I know they got married last October, but they're having their honeymoon now. So there were just a few last things that she wanted to sort out with us. So I just gone ahead and finished cutting around this and inked it. So, and it's just got the coffee dyed paper on the back, so I think that looks fine as it is. And I shall just pop that in the journal now. So not the one I was expecting to put in there. So it's a good thing I didn't sew around it really, wasn't it? Because I didn't end up using it in here as I expected. I may still go ahead and sew around this, or I may not. Can't decide yet. Right, let's carry on. So we have this pocket here, quite a good size pocket. So I'm just going to get my book weight to hold it open. I don't know why I don't use it more. There we go. If I just kind of hold it like that, that just holds everything in place. Right, so, I mean, I could put that in there, actually, couldn't I? That would go quite nicely in there, actually. Now that I'm not using it in the other one, that's really good, because I didn't have another big piece to go in here. I picked out a couple of other bits that I thought I might like to put in here, but I think I don't need both of those, so not that one. But I thought I'd just add a couple of other bits. So this is a small journal card, and it's got a bit of writing space on the back. So I could pop that. That would be quite nice in there. And then I have this piece, which is from the ephemera kit, and I rather like her, so I'm going to pop her in here as well. So that pocket's nicely filled. So even though I did kind of roughly have an idea of what I wanted to put in this journal, in the last few pockets, sometimes you change your mind as you go along, don't you? Right, so we have this pocket now. It's not a very wide pocket. I really love it though, with the little cluster and everything on it. I think that's really pretty. So I have, again, I've picked out a couple of bits to go in here. I think they'll be quite nice in there. So I've got this lovely piece, which says pianoforte, which I like. And is that good enough writing space on the back, or shall I back it? I am inclined to back it because it's not very easy to write on that, is it? What about this one? So this is the other little piece, and that has been backed. So the plan is, and I think I will put something on the back of this, pop that in there. I rather like this. I'm just going to put that in like that. And I think that's enough for this little pocket. But I think I will back this. So I'll just bring in another piece of that coffee dye paper. And which side was I using? I think I put it on that side. And right, so that's just backed and inked around. Oops. Just put that out of the way. Okay. Let's pop that in there now. Okay, that's good. Where are we? Was that the last? Were they the last pockets? They were. Well, I've got this one here at the back, but I have a plan for that. You may not remember, but some considerable while ago, we made this with Rachel from Roxy Creations, part of her weekly challenge, and this has just got little pieces of music paper in it. There is another pocket here. I'm just wondering whether to put something in here from from the kit. Something. I've got this piece just lined. I wonder whether that would just make it a bit more interesting, just to pop that in there. It's not really, well, it's kind of long enough. Could put that in there. Should we put any more? None of my other bits left are really tall enough. I've got this piece, but that's not really what I want. So maybe I'll just put another piece of music paper in there to see what I've got. I had this pack of vintage music that I got from an Etsy shop called the Old Paper Store. So I could just pick out a piece of that and pop it in there, I think. This piece. That's quite a tall piece. It's possibly too tall. If I can just fold that up a little. How tall does it want to be? Let's just move this out of the way a minute. So I want it about that tall. So let's fold that up a little. And then we'll fold it into 3, I think. And that's a nice little collection to put in the back there. Oop. piece can go there. Like that. And I might just pop that behind the little journal card. There we are. A nice few bits of vintage music paper tucked into all the little pockets. I've got this little sleeve with my wax seal on. I think that I like the red. I think it just shows up nicely. So I'm going to put that in the back pocket. If I can get it in, because it's actually quite a tight pocket. Ooh, is that going to... Ooh, it's going to tear. That's not good. Is it going to go in? Oh, I'm not sure it's going to go in. Just going to wiggle it. There we are. It's gone in, but I need to re-glue the bit at the side. Tighter pocket than I expected. I should have probably given it a little bit of a gusset. Oh, I didn't think of that, did I? So let's get a bit of glue. Glue that down again. So that pocket is very thoroughly stuffed. Let's have a little look at the front pocket, because I think there was a bit of room in the front pocket. I'm not sure. The front of the book. Oh yeah, I've already done that. I've already put this envelope in here because there's a bit more give with this pocket, and this was slipping around quite a lot, so I thought it needed something else. So I'm going to put some things in this envelope, I think, some little bits of ephemera, because that would be quite nice just to finish it off. So I'm just going to, because I've got lots of little bits left now, so like little journal cards like this. And let's put this properly out of the way, because I want to just go through some of the pieces that I've got that I might like to put, might like just popping in here. Any little bits that could just be added. We'll see. There's a few. I might just go through the pockets and see if I can pop any of these little bits into any of the pockets as well. So if I'm going to put this in and this in, I've got a few little pieces from the vintage Viola kit, just little journaling cards and things. I'm just going to pop a few bits in like that. What else have we got? This little piece. A few tags here, so I don't necessarily want to put those in an envelope. What have I got? Got a little, or maybe I'll use that as the closure. Got this little stamp thing, so I'm just going to cut around that, and I'll use that as a little closure, I think, or one of the other bits. But if I don't use this, I shall put it inside. Still needs cutting around though. Oh, I don't know. Could use another wax seal. Or let's see if there's anything else. Actually, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Let's see if there's anything better. What about this piece? No, roses against roses. And I want it to be something different, and I feel like I need to do something else on here to bring in the music side of things. How about that? That might be quite nice. Yeah, I think I might use that. Because I can just do it either side, and that'll be nice and easy to glue then. Where is it? There it is. There we are. And then that can just pop out. Well, I'll glue it. And when that's set, I can put the flap back in. So I might just put my little stamp piece in here. There we are. And what can I put on the front? I don't know if any of these pieces by G. Kerr would, because it kind of blends too much in the background. That's my problem. I'm running out of pieces that will just decorate it, that are big enough. No, I don't want just music on music. I could cut around this. Yes, that's what I'll do. I'll cut around this and see how that looks. So how would that look? And if I were to put something behind it, like a bit of lace, that would look okay, wouldn't it? That would make it look really, really pretty, and it would definitely bring in the music a bit more obviously. So, do I have any bits? I've got this little box of bits knocking around on my table, but they've got small bits. I don't know about that piece. No, I don't think that's the right way around. I think it's that way round. Obviously I shall cut it down, but how would that look? Or should I go for a bit of pink? So I've just pulled this out of the box that I've got behind me on my little shelf, and this is the pale pink, and I think it might be quite nice to have that, or a bit of that, poking out from around this little ephemera piece. So let's have a look. Let's cut that down a little bit. So I can't get the whole piece unless I do it that way. I don't think I want to cover up all of the No, I don't want to cover up the whole envelope, so I'll just put a piece across the middle. But do I want the scallop at the bottom or at the top? Possibly more at the bottom, I think. And I'll just cut across here. Then I've got a nice little piece for another time. Put that in my box. Oh, that would have been a better piece to go across it, wouldn't it? It hasn't got the lady on it. Never mind, too late now. Okay. I think I need to straighten this up a little bit as well. Right, how does that look now? Yes, I like that. I think I better take out all my little pieces inside so I can glue it flat. Yeah, I'm not so overjoyed with the straight edge at the top, but it can't be helped. It's too big a piece. Okay. It's just pretty though these roses are. To me, they don't quite fit in this journal. It's personal choice. I would rather everything had some sort of relation to music or a musical instrument. I need to just ink around this. Got it the right way up. Of course I haven't. You know, I just had that feeling. You know what I'm like. Everything goes upside down if I can manage it. I just had that thought before I glued it down, thank goodness, just to check. Should have realised because the scallopy bit was down at the bottom, which is where I wanted it. I don't know what it is, why everything seems to keep ending up upside down. Just can't seem to keep things in the right way round when I'm putting them together. There we go. Right, now I can put my little bits back in the envelope. And tuck it in. There we are. Then that can go at the front of the journal. Let's put these bits together again. Don't know if I'll use any more of these now. I might just have a little look through and see if there's any more little spots. I can add a small oh, there's another little stamp. Could I put that there? Or there? No, maybe not this one. Okay, let's not overdo it. So I'm putting that in there. Good. Let's just get these bits off the table for now. Okay, I'm thinking I'd like to put a little bit of lace along the edges of the other two signatures. I've got this on the edge of this signature. I'm going to use some of this blue, I think. A bit more of the blue just on the edge. Just to pretty it up a little bit. I think that's what I'd like to do. So, but not sticking over the edge because it'll make it stick out too much. So it's just going to be on the edge there. Fabric, where are you? Okay. Not sure I made it quite wide enough actually, the glue. Oops. Yeah, that's nice. Yep, it's not sticking out too much, and I'd like to do the same with this first page of the last signature as well. Right, so I'm happy with that. That just brings it all together a little bit. Now the one thing that stood out to me, and I don't know if this is too much, but when I was getting to the end, I really didn't like this because I thought it just looks just super boring. And I don't know whether to just decorate it a bit or whether to add another pocket. I think that might be too much. So I do have these pieces by G. Kerr, which I need to just cut round a bit more, but I don't know whether to just kind of just pop them. There was another one, I think there's 3 of those. I've got this piece, but I don't think it will show up on there. Oh yeah, there's the other one. They're like little, I don't know, little stars or something, but with music on. And they do contrast a little more with the background. Maybe that's enough just to make that look a bit more interesting. Much as I would love to put one more pocket on there and stuff it with more things, I think this journal's thick enough, don't you? So I think it might just make sense to just add a little decoration, make it a bit less boring on this back page. So I might just cut around these and glue them on. Right, so I've glued those on, and I just felt they needed a finishing touch, so I am going to add some words to the middle of those. So I've got playing, piano, music. That way. Yeah, just something like that. Just that the music needs a little bit more ink, but the others have already been done. Sorry, excuse me. Right, let's just add these words, and then I think we're done. We're done. It's one of those things. Are you ever done? You can always go back and tweak for days, can't you, with these things? But at some point, you just have to call it finished. So I'm just going to pop that there, I think. Playing. Piano. Music. Put that there. There it is. It is done. Although I have bits that I'd really love to add, I think that there comes a point when you have to, as I said, you have to stop. Because she's a big old girl. And she's very full. So there we are. Let's put her ribbon round her again. I can find it. There it is. And then perhaps next Monday I will do a full flip through. And in between I might just go through it and see if any of the pieces I feel need to be sewn. And I would add any extra sewing that I feel needs to be done. And if I feel there's any pockets... oh, sorry, got a tickle this morning. I only cough when I'm on camera. I don't cough the rest of the time. Yeah, if I feel there's any that I can just squeeze another couple of bits into, I might, but I don't really think this journal needs any more. Do you? There we are. Got her nice bow. And there she is. One music journal. I've really enjoyed doing this because it's just been so different to anything I've done before. Using that Stamperia paper pad has been an absolute joy. The papers, everything from that paper pad is just so lovely. So I've really enjoyed this journal, and I hope you have too. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. I have no plans. I've got vague plans for where I might, for journals I might do in the future, but I sometimes like a bit of a break when I've done a big one like this, and do some just general ephemera making in between, so that's probably what will happen. But the next Monday I will do a flip through of this little baby. Okay, thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.